light it up, hit it up. 2 puffs right before we light another one. Grab a cup, pour it up, drink it up. 2 shots right before we buy another one. Let's drink, let's smoke, just dope, let's go. Let's get everybody in the party ripped in the face. So dope, let's roll, scream yo, while we crack jokes. This is how we live it so high like a space case.
Spent all week working, grinding. Now I'm with the boys just chilling, liming. About to catch a buzz without trying. We pros at this, no denying. 2 shots, 2 more. 2 faded, fuck it, 2 more. Too sweet, my man at the door. We stay tuned up at the dog for sure. Stay spaced out, off the nose dust. Stay roasted, you can't roast us. Talk mad shit, and you know what? Anyone will get it when we toe up.
Roll it up, light it up, hit it up. 2 puffs right before we light another one. Grab a cup, pour it up, drink it up. 2 shots right before we buy another one. Let's drink, let's smoke, just dope, let's go. Let's get everybody in the party ripped in the face. So dope, let's roll, scream yo, while we crack jokes. This is how we live it so high like a space case.
Roll up another one, pour another drink for me. We gon' get the party lit, light a Bob Marley spliff. Pass it all around till we high enough to touch the sky. Plus, if you did, I got the shit to make you come alive. Ain't no need to run and hide, baby, it is summertime. All you gotta do is let loose and have some fun tonight. Rockstar attitude along with my shenanigans. You can have the Jaeger Jameson is what I'm handling. Channeling the ruckus like my brother DRP and Bloody. Nothing is compared to us. Homie, when you see us chucking drinks back to back. Talking shit in the place. Force 5 LSP getting ripped in the face. Let's go.
Roll it up, light it up, hit it up. 2 puffs right before we light another one. Grab a cup, pour it up, drink it up. 2 shots right before we buy another one. Let's drink, let's smoke, just dope, let's go. Let's get everybody in the party ripped in the face. So dope, let's roll, scream yo, while we crack jokes. This is how we live it so high like a space case.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
With an ounce of cocaine and I'm sniffing it all.
Hold on, slow down, man. There isn't no room in the stall.
But this nigga is insane and I'll break down the wall.
Like we're in Berlin, bitches pulling tricks like Merlin. But I curb them cause I don't fuck around with they swerving. Know that I'm faded because my words start slurring. Like some mumble rap, but a more intelligent version.
Right. Concerning the vermin, all I'm deserving. A serving of curving, slice to their nervins.
Tendons intended to mend them. I'm losing momentum. If they keep up, then I commend them.
Recommend them to end them, surrender. I'll end up the bender. That shit is thinking I'll rip her. If it's not her, then I'll fuck with her sister. My dick's up a twister, it cuts her like scissors.
Roll it up, light it up, hit it up. 2 puffs right before we light another one. Grab a cup, pour it up, drink it up. 2 shots right before we buy another one. Let's drink, let's smoke, just dope, let's go. Let's get everybody in the party ripped in the face. So dope, let's roll, scream yo, while we crack jokes. This is how we live it so high like a space case.
My hip-hop jokes rips your hip-hop flow. 24/7, hookers and blow. What did you know? Sin City get you going good. Follow them up, place your bets in 00. We like the drink, we love the smoke. Some of us have a problem when we gamble in the casinos. Take a look around and tell me what you see. Addiction is a bitch, it's a guarantee.
Roll it up, light it up, hit it up. 2 puffs right before we light another one. Grab a cup, pour it up, drink it up. 2 shots right before we buy another one. Let's drink, let's smoke, just dope, let's go. Let's get everybody in the party ripped in the face. So dope, let's roll, scream yo, while we crack jokes. This is how we live it so high like a space case.
There we go.
Yo.
Hey, what up?
What up? Yeah, man,
Welcome.
that was the track, dude. We were me and Jamaz were the third verse.
You got some heavy hitters on there too.
Yeah, it was Insane Poetry was on it with us, and yeah, man, it was a cool track, and we had a good time doing it. It was funny because it was total like spur of the moment. We were over there, and like we were doing a video, which I'm sure you'll play that one later for Shady, and we just stopped over at the owner of the label, his place or whatever, and we were talking, and he was like, "Yo, we're putting together this collaboration album. You guys should really be on it. You know, now that you're part of the family, this and that." We're like, "Oh yeah, all right. Well, we'll put on the track." Wrote that shit in like 10 minutes. Did it real quick, and a take, and that was it. The whole process was like 20 minutes. I'm like, all right, cool, that was it.
Yeah, I love the funkiness to it.
Yeah, man, I thought it was cool. But, the thing is this is kind of like a new art form for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, I haven't just been like rapping my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm a musician, I'm a drummer, but this has been really cool. And so I don't rap over those type of beats normally. Like, I kind of prefer the more like, I don't know, double time type of rapping. That type of rapping is what I kind of prefer to do. So like that was something different for me. But I don't know. I'm proud of it. It was fun.
Came out good, yeah.
Yeah, it did pretty well. So as long as it did well, that's cool. They're happy with it, and yeah, man.
Have me bob in my head. It's a catchy song.
Right on. Appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah. Luke, I know you said you ain't got a whole lot of time, so if you want to get yours out of the way.
You know me, I'm just part of the conversation, homie.
For sure.
I ramble.
Now your dad played music, right? Also?
Yeah, I come from a family of musicians. That's what we do. My mom, she's a singer. She was singing her whole life. She was a singer of the Platters for 30 years, toured with them. My father, he played guitar. He played guitar in a band that did some shows, I guess, with like Led Zeppelin back in the 60s and stuff. And then he played with my family as well. My uncle was music director for Jordan Sparks after she won American Idol, and he was signed to Warner Brothers with his funk band, and I played with his funk band, over the years, growing up especially. He was kind of like my mentor. Jarrah Harris, who's my mentor, growing up. My other uncle James, he played keys in Morris Day and the Time for a while.
That is
pretty cool.
dope.
Yeah, so music is like, that's my family business. That's what we do. You know what I mean?
Fucking dope, man. Yeah, having that history with your bloodline, and fucking, I'm sure as a kid you were getting taught little tips and tricks left and right.
Oh yeah. Well, my stepdad and I, we did Flock of 80s. That's his band, which is like a top 40 80s kind of covers and stuff. We're doing all the funniest, cheesiest, corniest songs.
On me.
Yeah, dude, like all of them. You can imagine, like Take on Me and like Depeche Mode songs and all that stuff. So
I tried to parody that song as a rap song at one point years ago. Take me, all that shit.
Yes, that's the one. Jeez, I used to play that song like 5 days a week, bro. Let me tell you, after playing those songs that many times a week, it's just like, I don't want to hear another 80s song ever again. But then it's funny because then I move on, I do other things, and now I actually listen to a lot of 80s music, like a lot of that kind of stuff, so it's funny.
If you're telling me you can't get down with some Twisted Sister for the 7,000th time.
Yeah, come on, some things are just, it is what it is, man. It's cool.
What's the best advice your family has given you, music-wise?
Probably a lot of good behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know that they provided a whole lot of, like, quote-unquote advice. But there was a lot of teaching. A lot of it growing up was skill based. All the advice that I was receiving from everyone was mostly involving the craft itself and what I was doing. So I got a lot of, growing up playing drums, I got tons of help from my uncle Gerald, on how to cool things to do on drums, little tricks and fills and grooves. And
what led you into choosing drums?
I didn't really choose drums. It was a Christmas present. I used to kind of jam, pitter patter around on my uncle Gerald's drummer's drums here and there when they would have rehearsals or something like that. And then my stepdad, who I was telling you about, who had the 80s band that we played in together, he got me a drum kit on Christmas. And so I was like, oh, sweet. Now I can just play on these things all the time. So that's kind of how I fell into playing drums.
A
And
more
then,
natural progression
you know,
than a
with,
choice.
with like guitar and bass, piano, and that kind of stuff, like I picked that up when I was 18. I bought my first guitar because I wanted to learn how to play guitar. And so I started playing guitar at 18 from this, just buying a guitar, and then I taught myself how to play that. And you play guitar, you can play bass, so I do that. And then just piano, there was always a piano in the house, so I always kind of played around on that. But drumming, I just kind of fell into it. You know, they got me a drum kit, and then I started, you know, I kind of like had a natural knack for it, I guess, at the time, and just kind of ran with it, you know.
That's fair, man. It led to a lot of success for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, drums have been the main thing for me as far as what I've been doing in the industry for the last couple decades.
Everybody
But,
fucking plays guitar too.
Yeah,
Everybody.
you know, there's a lot of great guitarists out there because, you know, people, you know, especially rockers or whatever, you see, you know, a band playing. It's like, if you're an instrumentalist, you want to play the guitar. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, a lot of people want to play guitar, and there's a lot of people that are really good at guitar too. But it's hard to find, and I learned this being in head PE for so many years. It's hard to find a well-versed guitarist.
Yeah.
That's really hard to find. You know, there are a lot of great guitarists that, you know, will shred your face off and
In
go
a very specific
all the
style.
time, but try to get them to do a reggae chop, or try to get them to do like a funk lick or something fly, like, you know, on some hip hop kind of stuff. You know, it's rare to find someone that can cover all of those bases. And likewise, the same thing with drumming. You know, head PE, I think the most member changes that had happened in head PE was with drummers. I think historically is what it is. And I happen to be in the band. I was in it for 16 years. You know, I lasted longer than any other drummer. But it's hard to find a drummer that can do a head PE gig.
When was that? Like 08, 09?
Yeah, I joined in 08, and last year I quit last year in June.
And
If I see him again live, dude, it's gonna be sad.
Oh man, come on!
Come on.
You know, well, okay, so I just toured with my new band, Horizon Theory, and we were out with head PE, so it was pretty cool. You know, I mean, and all those guys are my best friends.
Were you part of the tour they were doing?
Say again?
Were you part of the tour they were doing? Because I feel like I've seen Horizon Theory pop up somewhere in recent times.
Yeah, we were just on tour with head PE.
Okay,
so we did like the head PE had a tour with Il Nino and Power Man 5000, and then right when that tour ended, they did their own headlining tour for a month, and my band Horizon Theory was direct support for them for that month afterwards.
You fuckers were over in Wisconsin, I think it was.
We didn't hit Wisconsin.
It was somewhere nearby, Illinois maybe. I don't know. It pissed me off. It was close, but not close enough.
One show did hit Illinois, but that was head PE by themselves, and it was still during the Power Man and Il Nino tour. So we weren't on that show, but we started in California with them, and then did more of the southern states. We like Texas, Florida, Cali, Arizona, and like New Orleans, Florida, you know, that kind of thing. So then I think we ended in Memphis with them. But yeah.
And you filled in on drumming, didn't you?
I'm sorry?
During that tour, you filled in on drumming for head?
On this tour I just recently did?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Oh, you didn't pop in at all? Just for a few songs?
No. I know, like I say, you know, they got Steven right now, Steven Arango, and which is a great guy. He's really, really good dude, and he's laying it down, man. It was really cool.
He's no trauma.
Hey, man, dude, I'm not here to defeat anybody. I'm just here to win. You know what I mean? Like it's
No,
not a
no, but other
competition.
people around you.
You
Well,
know,
you got my vote for the W. So
well, hey, I appreciate you, but you know, like I say, he holds it down. He did a great job. He really studied the band and he studied it, and I was happy watching them play, which was it was really cool to be on that
the
side of it
other
after
side, right?
after 16 years of playing in the band. It was really cool to be on that side of it and watching them kill it, and it was cool. Like they have their own thing, just like when I was in the band, we had our own thing, like there were these moments throughout the show that were like either like Kurt and I moments or Nate and I moments, and Jared and I, we were like this through the whole time. You know what I'm saying? All 16 years, because I had to be really in tune with Jared, during my time there. So we did our thing, and it's cool to see that now they're doing their thing, and it's different, but I think it's still great, and it was really good to see because again, they're all my best friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I was toured with Jared for 16 years, living in that tight, close space. Where you're on a tour bus and you're on tour 7 to 9 months a year, and you're spending that time in super close quarters with your bandmates and your crew. So you develop, it's like
You're
a
either best friends or you hate each other.
that that exactly that, and we're best friends for sure. So there was no animosity. Obviously, we just got toured together, and it was so good to see all of them. Just to get back out there, it was like, dang, I haven't hung out with my best friends in a year and a half. This is really cool. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think you're one of the longest lasting members that have
Yeah.
had too. There have been a lot of changes. It's pretty much been Jared,
Yeah.
like it's stayed
Shout
consistent.
out to Jackson too. Like he's my favorite guitarist for Head.
Yeah, man. Jackson. And what's so crazy about Jackson is we live like 2.5 hours from each other and have since 2018. And I think I've only seen him like twice since I've been up here in Michigan.
Where's he at? Like, is he still doing music and shit?
Last I know, he was earning his graphic design degree while we were touring together, like on his laptop and stuff. And so I think he was like working for a defense contractor or something, like designing some of their stuff or something like that. I mean, don't quote me on it. I don't know,
Right.
but that's what I thought he was doing last. I don't even know if he is still doing music or if he's trying to do anything. If he is, he hasn't reached out to me. Like I said, I'm only like just over 2 hours from him or something like that. We both are up here in Michigan, so.
The bastard.
What was it like working with him? Was he like a fast learner and just, or did he have to repeatedly take his time and
Well,
really?
while we played together, they kind of already had a program. You know what I mean? So if anything, it was me like kind of catching up and in the learning part as far as that's concerned, and then they'd add a song or something, and it was just, I don't know, when you're at a professional level like that, it's more like, okay, we're gonna add this song and this song for the set, so have it ready for when we link up, and then we just link up and then get a sound check, run through it, once or twice or something, and then we're playing it. That's kind of like how it was with them. I know a lot of bands like to do like a bunch of rehearsal and stuff.
Yeah.
And that wasn't Head PE. It's just like, we're
I mean,
professionals. Here are the songs. All the materials out in the airwaves already. So just learn the song, have it ready, and we'll see you on tour.
It definitely depends on the style. You've got Queen who rehearsed 100 fucking times before every performance that they did, and it worked for them because their shit was all like so polished, but when you've got punk, you kind of want like a little bit of variation in there, especially in a live show. It's not meant to be studio.
Yeah, man. And Head PE, what was cool about Head PE, as different to like, I play with American Head Charge too, and that band has it like all on a program, you know what I mean? And it's just like, this program is what's happening pretty much every night, is like that. And but what's cool, like Head PE, is there is no program. So sometimes we'll extend certain sections on certain songs a little bit longer. And then other times it's like, all right, I ain't feeling it. We'll just cut it short. You know what I'm saying? So
All
there was
depends
that
on the
freedom.
crowd.
Yeah, it was cool. I kind of liked having that freedom, but I also like having everything to a program too, because it keeps everything really nice and tight and precise, which
I
I can
know some of
appreciate all
those.
of.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm really bad with my timing for some reason. I'm a dick. I was just gonna say I do notice some of those old songs have been transitioned out. Some of the sub noise era ones.
Oh yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Like on their set, they play a fair amount of old school stuff, and you know, when you have like 140 songs, and you're only gonna play like 12 of them, you know, or something like that, or whatever. It's like, yeah, how much can you really cover, especially when you have a breakthrough album like Broke, and then, you know, you've got like the Renegade, of course, like on NWO, you have that, and then you've got all this music in between. It's interesting when you're thinking about, okay, what's the set list going to be? Like, you know, what should we play, or how can we make it, you know, I
One
don't
of
know,
you probably knows this. When did Head P form?
94.
94. All right.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of music over the years.
Yeah. When you have music from 94, it's like, you know, geez, what are you going to do? But there was some cool, like the year of COVID, we were supposed to do the first ever beginning to end Broke tour. And we were just going to do Broke from beginning to end, basically. And then COVID, well, everyone can thank COVID for that not happening.
Fuck COVID, dude. It fucked a lot of shit up.
Yeah, it really messed a lot of things up. That was actually supposed to be our busiest year. It was supposed to be a really big year for us, and then COVID happened, and it ended up being like the worst year that we all ever had.
Impacted projects, plans you had, finances. I'm sure it was a bitch.
It was a huge punch in the balls, dude. And not only that, like I didn't get any help or any of that assistance that everyone was getting. I didn't get anything until December 28th that year.
All my stimulus payments from that shit got sent to some random like prepaid Visa card down in Texas through a Comerica account. I've got the papers actually right behind me. I was looking through them recently where it talks about how it was sent to somebody else and there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing you can do, but you sure as hell can shut the country down on a whim.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, but there's nothing you can do, really. All right. Yeah, sure. You got billions of dollars to go do all this other stuff or whatever, but you can't help us. All right. You know,
$100 million missile. That's fine.
Don't even get me started.
I didn't get any of that shit. I was in prison, and the prison took that shit.
Well, shit.
I can kind of guess that you were more on the political side of things when you were with Ed P. I'm not as familiar with your other bands, so I don't know where it swings, but I've always considered Head P, you know, a pretty political band.
You know, they went through a phase. You know, it was definitely a phase, you know, as someone who had to learn a big bit of their catalog. There was like a phase of, you know, some kind of political stuff, and then, you know, that phase kind of ended it, I think. You know, I don't think that, especially some of the more recent stuff isn't so political. But there was like a phase of it, you know, there was definitely a phase of it. And when I joined NWO record, you know, there was a lot of that type of stuff where he was talking, you know, politics or whatever. Me, on the other hand, I'm not, like with my rap stuff, I actually get, you know, a voice. I'm not just expressing myself with music, you know. So my rap stuff, I don't get political. And, you know, all the political stuff was like, you know, obviously that was Jared's stuff, you know what I mean?
I was waiting for it.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's always one of those.
It's Swell's cool. He talks a lot of shit.
There's always one of those fucking guys, dude.
Swell's the shit. You'd love him.
Yeah.
Well, no, what's funny is that it's like I was telling you a little bit like before. It's like, what am I supposed to say about that? You know what I mean? Like, I was fucking 6 years old when that was happening. Like, why the fuck? What do you want me to say about it? You know what I
We
mean?
just
Like,
want to see Jared and fucking
like,
stand.
like, what am I supposed to say? You know, I mean, everything that was going on with that band, you know, it was on par with what was happening at that time in the '80s. You know, there was just that's what it was like, bro. Like, you know, it was you know, that kind of thing. You know, but I don't know. I still like I said, I listen to a lot of '80s music still, so I don't, you know, to me it ain't nothing. But I know that none of us really care. But it would only be like when it would be like disruptive at a show that things would get like out of hand. Then it would be like, all right, we're gonna have to go out and fight. That's basically it. You
It's
know what I
not
mean?
that
Like,
people, you know, truly hate on him for the Clue and shit. It's just that it was really funny how angry he got about it in a place where, you know, you don't want to get angry about people fucking with
But
you.
there were people taking it a little too far.
Oh
well, no,
yeah,
there were
for
definitely
sure. I
some taking it.
understand punching someone in the face over it.
Well, like get it like this, like I said, you know, heckling or whatever. I've been in entertainment business my entire life. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's my family business. There's always fucking hecklers. You know what I mean? Always people that, oh, let's see if we can get under this guy's skin or whatever and do that whole fucking heckling thing. You know what I mean? Heckling, whatever. We've all been heckled plenty of times. We all have thick skin on that. It's like I said, it's when it's getting like disruptive or it gets malicious. You know what I mean? Then it's like, all right, well, okay, it's one thing to make a joke, but like, nigga, you talking shit? You want to go fucking figure it out real quick? Because I'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck.
Right.
And we've done that plenty of times. Like, shit,
I feel like
reference the gathering of the Juggalos when Jared and I jumped right into the crowd of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it
you want
was
to get
just the
instructed? You want to bring a
perfect form
megaphone and
of
disrupt my
shit.
show? No,
You
that ain't
know,
happening.
people took things a little bit far, and you guys didn't seem to be in the best mood with it. You know, it was the perfect storm.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, dude, this guy had a fucking megaphone, bro. Like, there was a guy, and I'm just gonna say, he got punched really beautifully in the face. Had a
Really
fucking megaphone.
beautifully.
Had a fucking megaphone going on and on and on while we're trying to do our show. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, you had it coming, bro. Like, you had it coming. If you know what I mean? It's like, you don't poke the bear and then get mad that the bear comes and eats you alive.
See, I get both sides of it because I wouldn't be very happy with somebody doing that shit either. You know, I'd be pretty fucking offended if I was trying to play a set and somebody was doing something loud enough to go over it. But at the same time, it is probably the most chaotic environment. You know, I don't know. I
What do you
don't.
mean, the gathering?
Yeah, people. There's 100 megaphones there. I'm kind of shocked that doesn't happen more
on the
often.
contrary, we did not do on the night of that event I'm talking about. It was not a main stage event. We did the Freak Tent, and in that part of it, it really wasn't chaotic. We had done it multiple times before this particular event, and there it was more of just a standard kind of thing. Now, the last time that we did the gathering, and the reason why we never, one of the reasons, one of many, but one of the main reasons why we never went back is someone threw a rock like the size of my palm on the stage, who was getting, I guess, I come to find out later he was getting kicked out or someone was pissed and threw a rock at the stage, hit me right behind my ear in the back and split me open while I'm playing the drums. I'm sitting there seeing stars, trying to, figure this shit out. That shit fucking hurt. And naturally, that is when it was like, all right.
Yeah, I won't defend anybody throwing rocks or fucking unopened cans or shit like that. I've got no sympathy for that. That's who should have gotten punched in the face.
Oh, they did.
You know?
They did. I had a posse there. Little did these fucking assholes know, I had my fucking homies that were there. You know what I mean? So when we went and took the golf cart right after our set, they gave us a golf cart. I went and I don't know if there's any video of it circulating around or whatever, where me and all my homies went and just ran over all these niggas that had their stupid little catapults set up and all that shit. Just ran up on them, and I fucking ran over all their shit. I'm like, why? Which one of y'all motherfuckers want to do something? None of y'all, because you're out of breath getting out of your fucking seat. What do you want to do?
Let's go. My personal opinions on the megaphone, but for those guys, yeah, they deserve their ass whooped.
Oh, dude, yeah, it got ugly. It got ugly, and then after that, I go and then we partied our asses off and had a great time because you know I've been listening to ICP a really long time. I thought it was really cool when we got to tour together, and you know in '09 we did that Bang Pow Boom tour. Both of them were really cool dudes. I think Joey's son was the one that would come out and play around on my drum kit sound check throughout some of that, which is cool. He had his family out with him and that kind of thing. So it was really cool that we had that relationship. But then it was amongst some of the other people which was also a relatively smaller group of people by comparison, because again, we have nothing but great relationship with ICP themselves and with other psychopathic artists that we had toured with over the years. So, it was never anything but them. And it was always with this section of people that wanted to be malicious towards us, and yeah, I mean, you throw a rock and they split me open, what I mean? Like I still have the scar right behind my ear from it.
I've been split by a few unopened beer cans and had a few of the mortars go off behind or around me, like around my feet and shit. I haven't been split by the shrapnel. That seems pretty rough. Some people get like their legs ripped open, arms. One guy lost an eye in 22.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, now you understand why. Part of the reason why we never went back to do that again. It's just there's no amount of money. Well, I'll take that back. There's a dollar amount, but it's not what they were paying.
I think there should just be a level of forgiveness. If you don't want to be in a crowd that there might be a few assholes throwing rocks, I get it. But if you could handle it, fuck the money.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like it just wasn't enough money for me. And it's different when you're vocalist or a guitarist or a bassist where, all right, you're seeing shit coming and you're dodging shit, you can move around. I'm literally the only one who's stuck in one spot.
I always say that drummers should have like a plexiglass shield there, at least like a fucking board up or something.
No, I know, but that's fucking lame, man. I want to play behind a plexiglass thing. I moved forward from that, from doing the bars and shit where I don't have to do that.
Yeah, but it's for the drummer.
But yeah. So anyway, that's the gathering thing. That's about it.
What's the wildest shit you've ever seen at the gathering?
The wildest shit? Oh.
There was this little bastard getting his teeth mugged.
There was one, some naked chick on a cart. They had like an electric like switch or something with some car battery contraption they had, and it was like Scream Whoop Whoop or Magic Ninja or something like that at the cart to shock her.
Oh shit!
And she would just be shocked all the time. I've seen her drive past me a bunch of times, and 100% of the time, there was at least like 5 different, Magic Ninja. Or
I don't think I'd want to engage in that.
I was like, what the fuck is this all about?
Was she enjoying it? I mean, at first
probably. But you think she was doing it without enjoying it?
I think that she voluntarily did it, but hey, I don't really know. I just think that she was voluntarily.
I promise you that was voluntary.
Yeah, she was smiling.
But nobody's can carry around with their nipples. And
she was smiling.
My fucking car battery.
I saw her smiling, and so if I saw her looking scared or like really bummed out, then I probably would have stopped the cart myself and just been like, "You all right? Do I need to fuck up these niggas or what?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? But she was my so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's voluntary.
Can almost guarantee. Don't want to say with certainty.
So I don't want to say with certainty because who knows? Maybe that fool had a knife right there on her foot. Like, smile.
Wow.
Put that smile.
Swell says they had a shot caller this year with a remote.
Well, yeah, I believe it. But I hadn't done it. Like I said, I ain't done it in fucking years, man. So, they're doing their thing, and that's cool. I hope it still continues to be fun and cool for everybody. But I'm doing other shit now.
Attend the gathering. Just don't perform.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my buddies go there every year religiously. You know what I mean? So they're always asking me, "Hey, you're gonna be around? You want to go?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, man, I got 2 kids. You know what I mean? So I'm not on tour or I'm not out making money. I'm taking care of my family, dog.
Yeah, I guess with the schedule of touring and everything combined with having a family, you already kind of have a narrow schedule to do what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the shit I want to do.
That's pretty dope. I've got an 8-month-old. I always want to say one more than it is.
Well, good for you, man. Congratulations.
It's pretty cool.
I'll play an older video really quick.
Oh, snap. I remember this. That was in Poland.
You've had some cool hairstyles over the years.
Oh, man, my hair is... I'm about to be 42 years old, dog. I still got it all, so I'm just thankful. I still got it.
I'm 23 and my...
Oh, yeah, this was a fun video. That guy was a really cool dude, too. With Beat It, of Raise Hell, the same guy, and that same show. Yeah.
God damn, that sounds funky.
That was DJ Black. DJ Black on guitar.
Yo, baby, I'm a survivor. Yo, baby, I'm on fire. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna creep up inside.
That tour.
Get out there, drink that whiskey hard. Waiting on the rail. Loose around the couch, trying to spring a game day. Dreaming about the better time. Place life.
Oh, man.
With a quick fix between all night. Killing time. Killing life. Killing time.
Fun times, man.
Okay, that chunk that's out of your cymbal, what's that? I know it makes some kind of different sound with that. Like, is that what's the
right there?
On one of your cymbals, it's like there's a cutout in it.
Oh, that I didn't cut that out. I smashed that out on that tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, cymbals really hate the drums. I'll tell you that. Cymbals just don't like me because I beat the shit out of them. And yeah, man, that one is just like, it was towards the end of the tour, and that little piece, like, it starts to crack, and then as I keep hitting the thing or whatever, it kind of starts to form like that little cutout sort of thing. So eventually, you want to make sure that piece of the cymbal is fully gone, because then you get a better resonating out of it.
It does affect.
And so that's what that is. That thing, it was just broken at the end of that tour.
For sure, I see it. I see it quite often when watching some of the videos and shit.
Oh yeah.
I was just wondering. I was like, "What's that about?"
I'll tell you what. 16 years of doing these shows and always breaking cymbals. It doesn't surprise me. You'll probably see a bunch of those videos. Some pieces
You have an
missing out of
attentive eye, Lee.
Well, you got to destroy them.
Right.
But yeah, that was a fun time, man. I was in Poland, dude. I remember that guy. He was a cool dude.
Do you replace your drumsticks after every set if you're beating the shit out of them that hard?
Whoa, dude, replacing the drumsticks, I replace them throughout the whole show because they're always breaking.
Yeah.
I got like 5 or 6 of your drumsticks.
Oh, yeah. Well, next time you'll be able to come out to a Horizon Theory show and get you one with Horizon Theory, man.
Fuck yeah.
There's a oh, go ahead.
You still sell your symbols, right?
I'm sold out right now. I sold them all.
Oh, yeah.
On this last
Yeah, I was
tour.
wondering about that.
Yeah, I got like, I have one hi-hat cymbal that was left over, but I was keeping it for the next round.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I usually-
Up there, see that symbol?
I see it.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. Well, you see how it's not an exact cutout. That's from multiple like pieces that are just getting broken off of it because of all of that hot.
I used to play a lot of basketball, and I'd fuck up backboards in a similar way.
Yeah, man. But you see, that's cool. I don't use a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you see, I got just like 2 toms there.
Yeah.
But it's mostly those symbols. You know, they get a lot of abuse.
How many drum kits have you gone through?
Like 5. About 5. Yeah.
I felt like it'd be higher.
Yeah, I mean the drums themselves don't get too much abuse, but
yes. Well, Swill was asking, is that his new band? Never heard of them.
this one right here, Hard R's. Yeah, Hard R's is my new rap group that I'm doing, and this was our debut video. It's just a single. The album releases in a couple of months, right at the end of November.
I don't know why, but I had it mixed up. Horizon Theory is a band. Hard R's is the rap group.
That's correct. Yeah.
All right.
Horizon Theory is the band. Yeah, we just right before this PE tour, they did a tour with Seven Dust, and Morgan Rose from Seven Dust is kind of producing our next record. I've been friends with those guys since 2010, when LeJohn was on Truth Rising album, and he did stand up on that record, and so we ended up doing quite a bit of shows together. And all awesome people. And the fact that Horizon Theory, when I joined the band, just happened to be working with them was extra cool. You know what I mean?
Swill said he played that song by the Hard R's on his podcast a few months ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right on, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think it just... I think it was just about 2 months ago. We dropped it out there, and... people were stoked. Like I said earlier, it's a new art form for me. I haven't been just rapping forever. You know what I mean? And I kind of fell into it. My partner Tomas. Originally, I was just gonna make the music, and he was gonna rap over it. That's how the Hard Art started. And I was just gonna make the music. He'd rap over it, because he's a really talented lyricist. He was, Sid from Slipknot. He does his DJ Starscream stuff. And my partner, Jamaz, he was his vocalist every time he'd go out and would rap with Sid, organizations. He stopped working with Sid right about the same time I stopped working with Head PE. So we got together and did the Hard R's thing together. And I was like, I'll make the music, dude. I make hip-hop beats. I make a bunch of beats. I've been doing that for a good minute. And so he started rapping over it. He's like, yo, you got to get on one song. You got to rap with me at least on one. I'll shadow write one for you if you want. Like, shadow write it? As in, write a verse for me? No. Like, I can't do that.
Produced it well.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. I've been making hits. He's a producer, and that's what he does. He's an audio engineer, really talented producer, both him and his brother. They've worked with, I think Justin worked with Kendrick Lamar on a few tracks, my cousin Justin. And is kind of plugged into that whole thing or whatever. So I've been doing that with him for a long time, but just making hip-hop music, not rapping. And so when I rapped, and Jamaz was like, all right, I'll try to write something, and we'll see. And then I spit my verse. Jamaz was like, dude, you're better than 90% of the people I've worked with over the years. Are you serious? Now you have to be on the whole album. I'm like, oh. Right. Like, I wasn't really planning on doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially because I'm not a rapper. You know what I mean? And he's a very talented lyricist, but we kind of complement each other. And so on the album, I think y'all will appreciate the contrast. You know, I call him. I'm like, you're like a Shakespeare. You know, I'm more just like just straightforward, kind of like on that. I'll get that poetic, but I can put some words together. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. We have a nice contrast. I like it. Anyway.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna play this Horizon Theory here real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
This is our latest video we did. Yeah, check it out. Perfect time for a smoke.
Wake up to new shootings, we all want change. We're not changing, send them off to school, but I'm worried. Want them to learn, we're not learning. Something's got to give today. All you want to do is pray. Everybody's sick of the kids dying. Say you gotta help, but you're not trying. Thoughts and prayers. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end down. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down. So school one fateful day, said it was his birthday. Damn shame, Jimmy didn't know when he went to school that it just might be his friend's last day. Clock struck noon and the kids can't wait. After math, it's a big parade. Teacher said they'd all be safe. Someone in the hall with a loaded AK. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down. Run to the closet, bullets flying. Look to my left, my friends are dialing 911 as I open the door, and there sit John and Sally crying. Sally's been shot and I think she's dying. Man, what I get to see her smiling. Think about the last thing said to Ma. Could've said I love you one more time. One of them miss me when I'm gone. Hope their thoughts and prayers are strong. Johnny wants to be a race car driver. Sally just wants to be a doctor. She don't get to see her brother. Hope one day I see my mother. The world is burning down. Can you save us all? We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down. We all die young. Can you save us all? It's the end for now. The world is burning down.
Oh, I love that.
Hell yeah!
Thanks, man. Thanks for playing that. Yeah, it's funny because with that song, there are several people out there that, I've heard they'll make comments or whatever on the video. And, oh, yeah, you guys are capitalizing on little kids' deaths and tragedies and all. It's like, you got to understand that a lot of us are fathers in this band. You know what I mean? And everyone has experienced their own set of tragedy and bad things in their life in this band. You know, there's another song called Nowhere to Go that is really like near and dear to me because it addresses things like, you know, suicide and addiction and, you know, alcoholism, that kind of stuff. And, you know, my little brother committed suicide 10 years ago. And so when I'm up there and I do backup vocals, you know, when we do live and I'm singing along with him and stuff, and it's like I have to muster up the strength
to get
oftentimes to like get through it because, you know, it's a true expression and a true expression of some of the things that we've gone through. And with a song like this, being fathers and having, you know, children of our own that are in school, it's only natural that we'll sing songs that also address some of our greatest fears. You know what I mean? Something that's in the back of our heads every time that, you know, we send our kids off to school. It's not like, oh, there's tragedy, you know, hey, let's go try to capitalize on it. No, it's like, dude, this is a fear that all of us have, you know, every time that we send our kids off to school and hope that nothing like that happens to our kids.
Yeah.
And so we want to, you know, we want to create awareness, have people think about it, you know, and maybe they could get more involved in their school to see whatever type of changes or whatever they want to have in their own respective community. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The kids ain't protected enough, that's for sure.
I 100% agree. You know, I think, you know, everyone has their own idea of what would help things like that. You know, I would like to see, I remember when I was going through school, which, you know, like 25 years ago in high school and shit, like we had police on campus. You know what I mean? Like they were on campus and nothing like that's happened in San Clemente High School.
No.
You know what I mean? I'd like to see, you know, I figure we protect so many other things in our community, and I feel like schools are not protected enough. You know, that's like why don't we have the same type of security measures with those that we hold the most dear to our hearts than we do some of these other places in our community?
Right. And why are these fucking pedophiles protected more than these kids?
Oh my God, it's out of control. You know, I'll tell you what, a good buddy of mine, Waylon Revis, he has a line of merch that I happen to appreciate. You know? Like it says on the back of one of his shirts, says, "Save a kid, kill a pedophile."
Yeah.
You know, which I find hilarious. But yeah, man, like that's something that I think it's a song that's meant to create some awareness and express some of our fears. You know what I mean? And that's exactly how Chris has put it to me, how Josh has put it to me, and those are members of the band. You know, it's like, yeah, you sing about songs that, you know, some of the things you're scared of, some of your fears, some of the things that you've gone through, you know. And one thing I could tell you, even with like Hard R's, with my rap group, all of my lyrics are either coming from a place where I was, coming from a place of where I am, or coming from a place of where I want to be. You know what I mean? There's no, like, and that's with both of our music. You know, we're not up there singing about a lot of like silly, flashy kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's none of that kind of like silly shit. You know, I'm talking about shit that I've done. I'm talking about where my mindset is at, you know, or I'm talking about where I want to be. You know what I mean? And that's, I think that's reflected in a lot of the art that you're going to see
Real.
coming out of me moving forward.
Hell yeah. Is that the first track you guys did together when you joined the band?
That was the first video I've been on with them since I joined the band. The band's been around for a few years. I'm new to the band.
Is
but,
that
you know,
song new, or is that just a video they just went back and did?
That's a video that we went back and did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the song's been out for a while. The album's called Radio Silence. And now we've got a new record coming out, like I said. It's being produced by Morgan from Seven Dust. He's working with us, and he's just awesome to work with. We're really excited, actually, for the direction that this band's going. I see these guys doing good things, big things. And there's another little tidbit that I can't divulge too much about it, but I will say that we're also working on something else with Horizon Theory that we all believe is going to be like a big explosion in the marketplace, not just music as well. And so I'll let you do what you will with that information. But that's all I can say about it right now. But we're really excited about it. You got to stay tuned with the shit that we're doing on this. This is pretty wild.
It feels like it gets so angry so fast.
Who, me?
I think so.
Me? I get.
I don't know. He's probably just talking shit, but
Let me see. I can't see the chat's a little too small for me to read it right now.
oh, for sure.
But I can't see what was coming before that. But yeah, man. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, you know, one thing is true. I've been known to go 0 to 100 real quick. You know, I'm in a great mood all the time. But then when someone tries to fuck with it, like I'm just like, oh, jeez, I have no patience for it.
And it was probably you still quit smoking herb, right?
Yeah, I don't smoke herb anymore.
Your alcohol level probably got 0 to 100 real quick during that first few.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, to be quite frank, I haven't been like, you know, smoking herb for me was always like, okay, I gotta have something. Yeah. No, and yes, I can see that right there. Yes, bringing awareness to situations. Yeah, it's a lot different than just capitalizing. You know, which I think is kind of silly for someone to say that, you know, we're capitalizing, especially considering the fact that, like, you know, most of us in the band are fathers. You know, we do have kids that are out in the world doing these things. And so naturally, when you're making art and you're making, you know, whatever type of art it is, whether it's film or literal painting on a canvas or music, you're expressing yourself. And it only makes sense that you would express emotions like you're saying right now. Conjuring emotions is absolutely part of that. Expressing your emotions of fear, you can express your emotions of pain. And I typically write about pain. I write about, you know, painful experiences, fear, and the darker things, the darker elements in life. Those are the things I write about. I have a hard time creating music that's happy. You know, I have a hard time with that. My girlfriend is always telling me, oh, you're so talented. You know, you should try to make a happier song, maybe a love song. That's what, you know. I was like,
And
you know,
that's with your rapping or with your drumming?
she's just saying in general because
In general?
you know I make music. You know what I mean? I play all the instruments. I do all the stuff. I make like a lot of different types of music, but the music, even in the other genres, like let's call it hip hop beats, I'm not making, you know, happy hip hop beats. I'm making the dark hip hop beats that when you hear it, you're like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, it doesn't feel right to me to make happier type of music. It just doesn't. Even when I start trying, I'm always like, I'm disgusted with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh,
I really do that?
yeah, like, oh man, I can't do it. I just I won't do it. Let me put it. I will not do it. I refuse.
What's your favorite type of music to make?
To make? It's a good question, man. I mean, I love making heavy sludgy metal, rock metal. I love making that shit.
Yeah.
But I also really love making ambient, kind of spacey music as well. That I don't know if you want to put in a genre, like not electronic lounge with the beat, but like really literally more like spacey ambient electronic type of music, you know, with maybe a little bit of percussions, but a lot of melody and dark melodies. You know, I really enjoy that a lot too. You know, and rapping, I'm just kind of getting into it now because you know, because I'm rapping now. So
It's been brought
like,
to
you know,
light.
I'm very specific on the rap I like. Like, I'll give you an example. Devilish Trio. Okay. That's my shit. I love Devilish Trio. And like Mob Deep, you know what I mean? I love Mob Deep. But all of that stuff is like dark rap music. It's either gangster rap or it's just really dark. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit I like.
For sure. I
So,
like the darker side myself.
yeah, man. I don't know. It feels like home to me. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like home.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
That's not good for an interviewer to forget what you're gonna say, Bubba.
I know. Yeah, you guys toured with fucking Mushroom Head for many times. The head-to-head tours, and then there was other shows outside that, I believe.
Absolutely.
What was that like?
I played in Mushroom Head for a little while myself. Yeah, I moved out to Cleveland and moved on to the compound and played with them a bunch of shows. You know, Little Dan went to go work with Marilyn Manson. And so I was kind of the interim guy filling in basically for him until they were able to find a more long-term person, which they did. Robbie is the guy who came in and replaced me, and he's still with them to this day.
Yeah, I see videos every once in a while of you filling in there when you were with Mushroom Head.
Yeah, it was a great time. You know, I love those guys. You know, they had a lot of kind of inner turmoil happening with them and with some of the members or whatever. But I never had any problems with any of them personally. So I just kind of like be like, all right, well, you guys got your thing going on, you know what I'm saying? And as far as I'm concerned, I just love everybody, you know. So, hey, you guys, I hope you guys could work that shit out or whatever between whoever had problems with whoever. But I've always just maintained a good relationship with basically all of them, you know.
Some fuckers are rowdy for sure.
Hey, but, you know, we gotta have a good time.
The Waterloo show years back,
Okay.
when you were with Mushroom Head, I think that was around the time you just stopped smoking weed, actually. Because I remember meeting you in the parking lot to smoke with you like normal, and then you're like, I can't, man.
Well, it was, you know, like there was a time where, like I said, weed has always been one of those things for me where it's like, I need something, you know. So if I'm not drinking, then I would smoke a lot of herb, you know. Or if I wasn't doing any other things, then yeah, you know, I was like, give me some herb, give me something. But you know, if I'm drinking and partying or doing whatever, herb is like the last thing I want. It's honestly, it's the last thing I want in general, you know. It's just like, I guess I'll smoke some weed because I hate being sober. I hate it.
Right. Yeah, that was 2015.
It sounds about right. Yep, because it was right at about that time where I left Mushroom Head and moved from Cleveland to Indiana for a while. Actually, I lived down there for a while.
Yeah, and that night, the guitarist of Mushroom Head, like when they were up playing, this girl kept grabbing on him. Like he's like, yo, stop. You know, she was like being obnoxious, interrupting his performance. And after like the sixth time of saying fucking quit, he fucking took that guitar back and rammed it right into her ribs. I was like, oh shit. I was like, told you to stop fucking around.
Yeah, well, I'll give you one even. I'll give you one even better. Okay, and I won't say exactly who it is because, for obvious legal reasons.
Right.
But I will say, on the stage, somebody kept hitting one of the members in the head. Okay, and like he was getting pissed, and I didn't see it until like the very last time it happened, and this member, I just see the mask and it's just staring at this person, and there were stairs next to the stage, and that's where the person was that was doing it. Every time he'd come, because there was a place where we would kind of get out of the public eye and rest for a minute, and that place happened to be next to these stairs where this same guy was just hitting him on the head, you know, thinking it was funny, like maybe with his hand or something, you know, it's like, or whatever. This guy walks down the stairs and gets in the crowd, and my dude launched all the way from the back of the stage, ran to the front of the stage, and this stage was high off the ground. I want to say it's like maybe 7-8 feet off the ground from where the dance floor is.
Right.
And then there's the water drums on top of the stage as well. This guy runs, jumps onto the water drum, and leaps off of it. And he looked like Superman in the air, coming. And I see the fan, the very guy who was doing that, just looking mesmerized. And then he comes and lands, and boom, right in the face. It was the most glorious Superman punch I've ever seen in my life.
Knock him out.
Oh, it was like Joe Rogan, just like,
Oh my God!
It's like, oh man, it was the most epic thing I've ever seen to date on the stage. I was like, wow. I won't disclose which one of the members it was, but if he ever sees this podcast, he knows who he is. You know, yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Hell
That was
yeah.
cool.
Fuck it. Play that hard R here.
Oh, right on. Okay. Got the new stuff coming out. So yeah, this album's gonna come out in November.
Hell yeah. Full length or like an EP?
Yeah, it's like just right at the point where you can call it a full length. Yeah, let's say 8 tracks on it.
Oh yeah, hit that shit. Oh yeah.
My boy Danny Diablo.
Good God, that devil, puppeteer, I'm Geppetto. Do you really want to call the kettle black? Blacker than the metal that is settled in my bag. Everything is minimal when you're labeled a criminal. NDB, fire, Hannibal, cannibal, locks, animal, impossible to handle a monster. I'm bonkers, conquer, breaking their jaws like Willy Wonka. I'm an anamorphic megalodon with middle jaws and mechanical arms. The 50 foot long, I took the baton, then I took off his arm. I'm the biggest fish in the pond. I'm stepping off hooks before they ever get on. I'm far beyond any human. I'm doing what they never could do. A grave digger, I don't need a shovel to bury you. I'm scaring you when I hop the mic. I compose the guys at night. But you never hear boo. The zoo tight, like a blow when it hit your nose just right. I chew. What's the issue? If I see you in the ICU, yeah, I see you. I compute like IBM when I take a BM on the IT do. VIP, smoking THC, drinking ENJ, nigga, I owe you. Fucking drums, you scraping for cross with the straw in the baggie like a priest son. Fucking man, they done, man. I'm so sick of these shucking and jiving ass motherfuckers. Yo, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fuck them niggas, man. You know what though? You know what? I ain't even wasting my time on fucking man. You think that's a waste of time?
It be like that.
This a game? Hell no, I ain't fucking with this shit. Shit, TikTok, motherfucker, TikTok. Sick of you fake niggas, I'm gonna dig you out. Yo. I'm sick of you fake niggas, I'm gonna dig you out. Sick of the state niggas that never come around. Better than bounce, my nigga, I will shoot it out. Cap in your face, my nigga, taking out the clowns. You're sucking your face, my nigga, talking way too loud. You're cleaning your slate, my nigga, listen to the sound. Click at the clack, my nigga, look at what I found. Taking your hits, my nigga, rocking every crowd. Trouble in the air when I walk in the room. With double trouble with my boy, making cannons go boom. You're playing with your life, nigga, I ain't fucking with you. So do something, look at me, yo, I'm ready to shoot. Yo, all they ask for is fucking respect. Punch in the face, where you keep that. Won't miss you, fucking reject. Two-faced like no one seen that. Better make sure you all alone, yo. Or I'm killing everyone you know, yo. Drama ain't nothing to fuck with. Raw dog and I'm making my guts spit. I'm a nightmare, devil incarnate. Taking my share, living like I rate. Better think twice, throwing the problems. Handling them in the nigga, we got them.
Let me take that sip real quick. Let me take that sip. Give me that sip. Woo! Damn. Can't even watch that shit without my teeth start aching. Sitting here, carry sober in my car. Damn. I watched that video. I'm like, I need to call the guy right now. I need to call the guy right now.
I need my fix.
I need it right now. Hey, what's up, man? What you doing? I know I got a drug screening next week. I don't care.
I don't care.
Shit.
It's crazy to see you do that compared to seeing you doing drum for so many years.
Right? I know it's wild, man. Like I said, it's one of these things I just fell into it. You know, I didn't think I'm not a quote unquote rapper, but you know what Jamaz always told me? He said, dude, the main thing is the cadence, and you're a drummer. Like, you already got that. All you got to do now is just figure, what the words, look at it like a puzzle. You already got the cadence. Now you just need to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and those are the words. And I was like, all right, that makes a lot of sense, and so I just kind of ran with it and started doing that shit, and I found that, that cadence, that's exactly what it's like. It's like a percussion. It's percussive. It's very percussive, and that made it kind of like an easy thing for me as being a drummer. Okay, I know rhythm, I know percussions. You know what I mean? And so now I'm just gonna make the words like a drum. And as you see, I like to also kind of use my voice to like with notes too, you know what I mean? Like kind of like in pitch with the beat and what's happening. Like that's something I like to do too. And so you'll see on some of the stuff coming out that I like to incorporate that into the rapping as well. Like almost like singing a little bit. There's a single that's coming out with my boy Prolific, also with the E Train Force 5 under that umbrella. We did a single together. I did a feature on his album, and some of that is like I'm actually like will sing a little bit on it, but also have that kind of raspy tone too. So all of it's fun. It's cool to like express myself and get that like all that shit that I've been doing, the shit I got locked up for and all that fucking crazy shit. I was like, that's cool. I can kind of express that part of myself too. I can express that part of myself. You'll hear it. Like I said, everything I rap about is either where I've been, where I'm at now, or where I intend on going. You know what I mean? Everything. There's nothing in there like. There's no fake shit. There's nothing fake about anything that I rap about. It's like, if I say it, I've been there. You know what I mean? I've been there.
Hell yeah. That's what makes music good, is the real shit.
I agree. The realness of it is always what I gravitate to first. Like, is it real? You know what I mean? Like, is this a real expression of an aspect of yourself, or is this just you trying to be something that you have no clue or no experience with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially with rap and hip hop, like that's something I like to look at first, especially with that. Is it authentic? Because like I said, I love Devilish Trio. You know what I mean? But are they as lyrically gifted as like, let's say like a Jay-Z or something like that? No. But you can really hear
who you ask.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear that authenticity behind, what it is. With that gets me more excited than just, someone that's just, spouting off a bunch of bullshit, but doing it eloquently with the English language. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather hear some real shit.
Yeah, that's ain't been done a million different times in a million different ways.
Exactly, bro. So thanks for playing that. That's my shit. That's my shit.
Is there any other is there like any future shows planned yet?
Yeah. So right now, I just got off the phone with Donnie DRP, who basically owns the label, and we're starting to work something out. It's funny, you guys are in Minnesota. They mentioned Minnesota as being a potential place for us to go. But we're looking at planning something out for the very end of November, leading into December. Right now, and we're looking to do the Midwest region, so from Michigan to Minnesota, basically this like kind of upper region, like Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa,
Omaha,
and then up to like Wisconsin and Minnesota, as far west as Minnesota. But yeah, we're trying to work something out right now, like a 8 to 10 show, short run, to basically promote the new album. So we're looking to do that. We've got the CD release party, which is for Force 5 Records. That's who I'm with. It's Force 5 Records, E-Train Records. They're doing a CD release thing on September 19th in Las Vegas. So I've got that coming up. I just booked my flight for that today, so I'm going out. And that first track that you played, we'll be performing that out there. Me and my partner Jamaz. The Hard R's will be there. So we got that coming up September 19th. We got this short tour coming up with Hard R's, and it'll be either Hard R's and Danny Diablo, or it'll be Hard R's DRP. So that's coming up late November into December, and then next year is pretty wide open. With Horizon Theory, we're probably not going to do anything until late spring. We're waiting for the right tour opportunity at that point. So we've got that going. But yeah, man, it's really cool. I love the Hard R's thing because that's something that's my shit. You know what I mean? Me and Jamaz, that's like our shit. You know, we're not joining someone else's shit. We formed that shit ourselves. It's ours, and it's, you know, whatever we want it to be. You know, I love being in Head PE, and it was one of the greatest music endeavors of my life to date, was being able to be in Head PE, and Jared being a frontman, leader, and mentor really to me for those 16 years. He brought out a lot of me. You know, he brought out a lot that was inside of me, kind of locked away. He really knew how to get that out, not just in my drumming, but being able to witness a great frontman like that, watching him work all these years. You know, I'm like, wow, okay, it's like I know what it takes now to be like that. And so I get to be able to do Hard R's now, and with that knowledge, with all of that, you know, training in the Head PE Academy, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know what it takes, and I know, you know, what I need to be on stage to do that. So like, that was all great, and it just sucks that, you know, but it wasn't mine. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Head PE, like that's Jared's, like, kind of organization. You know, it's like his band, but this was never like my band. You know, I was always just in this band. You know, and
Going
which is a
sack
great
spot
band.
or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and which is, it's great. You know, I was a hired gun. I was a hired gun in Head PE, and I never got screwed over by them, you know, in any way, shape, or form. He was always, you know, he always did good business as far as our relationship is concerned. But it was just time for me to, you know, I'm getting old. You know what I mean? I'm going to be 42 on the 12th. You know what I mean? And I needed to really have something out there that's, you know, like Hard R's. Like, that's my shit. You know what I mean? And if I'm gonna play drums again, you know, I can't be gone that long, you know, anymore. I got my kids now, and I can't be out like 7 to 9 months a year. It doesn't work for me. It works for some other people, and I'm not saying anything against what anyone else is doing, but for my personal situation and for the household that I have, you know, it just doesn't work for me being gone that much. You know,
Right.
7 to 9 months a year is a long time. It's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. You've definitely paid your dues where you've earned that, though.
Right. You know, and it's a lot, especially when, you know, like I said, where it's just like, it's not my band, you know what I mean? And as much as 16 years of being in the band, I became a part of the face of it. You know, there was a time where when you saw Head PE was coming through, you knew Trauma was going to be there. You know what I'm saying? 16 years, you know what I mean? Like, there it is. But in terms of like it being like my operation or whatever, it just wasn't. And it's not, you know, like I said, not talking shit in any way. It just is what it was. And so I had to really reevaluate my life and how I'm going to move forward and how I'm going to spend my time. You know what I mean? And 7 months a year, 7, 8, 9 months out of the year is a lot of my time, you know, and time is the one thing that is limited for us all. You know?
For sure.
Just is what it is, man. And but like I say, we have a great relationship still. Jared will always be my brother, and all the guys involved, Kurt, Nate, and the new drummer Steven, who's doing a great job. He's an awesome dude. I highly encourage everyone to still go out and enjoy Head PE, because if you loved what we did together, you're going to get that and more, you know, when you go and see them now, because Steven really did a great job at studying the band, studying what we've been doing, and now he's got his little take on it as well, and he's moving forward, and they're forming their own thing, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, it really is.
Now, how did you come up with the name Hard R's? What's the story behind that?
Well, what do you think of when you think hard R?
Right.
They really put the hard R on that one. That's what we are. We're the hard R's. We really put the hard R on that shit. So, yep, there it is. There it is. There it is.
That's funny.
Shit, there it is.
What's your goals like now that you're starting your new journey with your new bands and shit?
Well, good question. You know, as far as Horizon Theory is concerned, I really love playing drums for that band. Like I said, you know, a lot of their music really touches on stuff that's near and dear to my heart as well. And I love the fact that, you know, I get to, in that band, I'm singing. So it's like with Head PE, I do a lot of the scream backups and that kind of stuff. And then there was a period of time where I would sing some of the stuff on Head PE, like when we released the Forever record. You know, that first track on the album, we played that live, and I was singing on the chorus, you know, doing that. But with School Horizon Theory, I love the fact that I get to actually sing with the singer, who's a great singer as well. He's got a great voice, and we get to harmonize together. So that's also another fun creative outlet that I get to have. But as far as with that band, my goal with that band is to really put together that little secret that I can't divulge too much about right now, but we've got something in the works together that I think is going to make huge explosions in the marketplace, not just in music, because it's not just music and something that we're creating. So again, I'll let you do with that what you will. But that's my goal with that organization, is to really start letting that seed sprout and start blossoming. And with Hard R's, my goal is to just continue putting out stuff that's real and expressing myself that way. And if people like it, great. If not, great. You know what I'm saying? I don't really give a shit. I'm just happy that I get to do this with my guy, and Force 5 Records is, you know, they believe in the project as well, and they're really putting their money where their mouth is. And so you know, I just let that continue. And then in between all of that stuff, I will be probably driving tour buses. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that too, and it pays well. I got my, you know, the reason why I'm really not smoking any herb or doing anything right now is because I start the CDL training on the 22nd.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting my Class A so I can go and drive those Prevost motor coaches, dude. Much bigger bands than us, but you know, yeah, I go do that and make that bread. So that way, my family is provided for, they're taken care of, and then I can still go and do the Horizon Theory stuff and Hard R stuff. And the goal, the real goal is, if this idea with the Horizon Theory that I have that's really come to fruition, we can make that go really quick. And the goal is to just where that's all we do. It's just, you know, I'm just being creative all the time, doing the Horizon Theory stuff, and doing Hard R stuff, and just being creative. That's my goal. And I'm really hoping that by the end of next year, the end of 2026, if we play our cards right, I should be right in that sweet spot. So fingers crossed.
Oh yeah. And shout out to Donnie too. He's an awesome dude. Love that guy.
Oh, Donnie's great. Donnie is great. Like I said, you know, he's really putting his money where his mouth is, and it's not something that he would normally co-sign on. Is this type of, you know, it's for him. It's a little. He was actually a little skeptical at first on whether or not he wanted to allow us, like, sign us, and we're called the Hard R's. And when you hear the album, there's like some, I guess what people would call it controversial, but for me, it's just, this is just real life. You know, like I'm just talking about real life shit. You know, I'm not trying to fit a mold. Like, you know, one of the songs in the album is called "Look at 'Em," right? And when he heard that track, he was thinking, I don't, he specifically said, like, I don't know if I would feel comfortable putting that out, And I was like, you
Because it's
feel
something that
comfortable?
hasn't been dropped on his label before.
Yeah, because he hasn't had something like that dropped on his label. Like I said, the track's called "Look at Him," and like one of the things is like it's like, I'll bet their credit's bad. They never knew their dad. They're in a gang and old child support. Them lazy fools never finished school, and even if they did, they played a sport. Well, look at him, look at him, look at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we say that shit, and it's like, it might be controversial for you, but this has just been what I've grown up in. Like,
Being me, yeah.
this is just my life. You know how many times I've heard people say that? You know what I mean? It's not like, I didn't come up with that. You know what I mean? That's just how it's been throughout my life. Like, when we're talking about it, like when we rap about it, it's just a part of our life. And quite frankly, I think more than ever right now at this point in time, these type of products need to be out in the marketplace. Real shit. Like, this has been my experience. Real shit. This is my experience. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we grew up with. That type of shit. And so, but he took a chance on it. He's like, all right, I'm with it. He saw it and he's like, I get it. And I really had to explain that to him and have that discussion. We had a conference about it, about his apprehensions about, taking on this product. And but after we talked about it, he was really on board. He was like, I get it. No, now you explain that to me, and I get it. And I would be happy to co-sign on something like this, and I'd be happy to have you on the label. And I think you're right. This is your life. This is something that you're putting it out there. This isn't just some bullshit. So I'm glad we talked about it. And yes, let's do something. And so, yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool. And like I said, it's a little outside of his comfort zone, but he gets it now. And hell, our single that we had on there is doing well. So, so far, I think on all accounts that this is going to be a great business relationship moving forward. And it's already a great friendship. He's already a cool dude. We already get on really well. So I'm really looking forward to our future with them and continuing on.
How did you meet Donnie?
Well, we had done some shows together in the past. He was with Primer 55, and he's got some stuff coming out with Primer 55, which I'm glad we're talking about it. I totally need to call Bobby back. He was interested in maybe having me come out and do some shows with them in December. So I might, because their drummer wasn't able to do some, and so I might fill in and just be kind of fill-in guy for them. But anyway, yeah, he was doing some shows with them, and Primer and Head PE did some shows back in the day. But I really got to know him through my partner, Jamaz. He knew them really well. I met him through Danny Diablo, basically, and who I've also known for a long time. And so that's kind of how I got connected with them. Yeah.
Is there any memories that stand out more than others when thinking back on your total career?
Oh man, there's so many.
Some of your favorite moments, probably.
I mean, I have a really good memory, believe it or not. I actually have a really good memory. So there are just so many, so many great memories. I guess one of the ones I'll share with you is my first time in Japan. That was awesome because that's a country where I think everyone should go and visit Japan for a few weeks and just kind of experience that because it is really cool. It was really cool to see this extreme modernization with a deep respect for their tradition and their values integrate together. I'd never seen a whole country from top to bottom that's like that. You know what I mean? And it was really cool. It's something that's really stuck with me ever since I went there. It was like an experience, so I would say to anyone out there, some of my some great memories going to Japan, and I think you should go there and check it out. They call it Nippon, but we call it Japan. Yeah, you should go check it out.
Is it pretty easy to migrate around if you don't know their language, or is that something that you took your time and
Well,
learned?
I was fortunate because I was on tour. So our tour manager was like our translator. I had a translator with me at all times, and some of the other bands that were on tour with us spoke some English too. So anytime that I go out and party with these dudes, I didn't really have to communicate much. And at this time I was single, and when it comes down to the ladies over there, we don't need to talk much anyway. Like what I kind of like. I like the language barrier in that situation. Hey, it's great. There's not a whole bunch of useless talk. It was just like there's looks, and then you get the look. You be like, "You speak any English?" No, and then that little giggle is like, "Well, then just come with me. Let me show you something." Come here, I want to show you something. Great. It's great. Wonderful.
Now, have you guys had any like crazy fans try to rush the fucking tour bus or anything?
Oh, that's happened one time. One time on that Bang Pow Boom tour, someone tried to come up on the bus. I didn't know who he was, and I was in the front, and I literally kicked this dude in the chest so hard he flew off of the bus, and I slammed the door behind him. That was it.
You got the point there.
He got the whole foot right in the chest. It was like a straight kick right in the chest, so hard that he like flew, and he was stepped up on the bus. He hit the ground so hard, his tailbone hit the ground, and I just saw his face in agonizing pain right as he tried to rush me, and I just slammed the door. That was the last I ever saw of that person.
Like, I think it was either Twisted or ICP back in the day. Some dude like snuck up on top of the fucking tour bus and laid down and like went to the next city with them.
Yeah, we had something like that.
And dude like shit and pissed himself all the way down because like the overpass shit. Like, I'm sure he came with probably an inch or two of fucking being taken out by the overpasses.
Probably, but these buses, especially after driving a little bit, because I was driving the rig too, and we know our clearance, and our clearance also accommodates for the air conditioning units that are on the top. So as long as he's laying flat, probably wouldn't have to worry about it so much. But if this dumbass is trying to sit down and look around or whatever, maybe. But as long as he laid flat, he'd probably be all right. Because we know our clearance, and we have to accommodate for air conditioning units and that kind of shit on the top. So,
right.
But yeah, there was a fan, a girl, who I remember I took off my shirt. I'm in the bathroom in the tour bus changing. I took off my shirt and I look up and I see a face right there in the skylight. I'm like, what? And then she saw me and freaked out because she didn't think I noticed. Yeah, she was on top of the bus trying to look in, see what was going on.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Oh, bro. Like, I'm like in this situation where I get where a lot of girls are coming from, because a lot of girls have that type of attention where it's just, dudes are just like, can I buy a drink? Blah, 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 doing whatever, grabbing their ass, doing all this shit. Like,
whatever to get you to notice them.
Whatever it is, like, I get it, because girls, to us, it's the same shit. Girls will come up straight, grab my cock, grab my ass, start trying to make out with me before even saying a single word. Like, literally, and they're almost more aggressive with it, because I think they just think that, oh, we're girls, we can get away with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. If we did that, we'd be in jail.
Oh, dude. If a guy goes up to some girl that just got off a stage and immediately starts kissing her in the face, yeah, he's going straight to jail. You know what I mean? But we're dudes and they're chicks. So it's like, that has happened to me countless times. And Yeah, like I get it. I get what they have to go through on that shit too. And girls are more aggressive with it, I think. And just my opinion. I'm just guessing here, but I think they're a little more aggressive with it because they know they can get away with that shit. You know, I couldn't go up to a performer and girl that just got off a stage and grab her puss and expect to not go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Where I'll be standing at that merch booth and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what? And I look over and it's just this girl looking at me like, let's go right now. I was like, you just sexually assaulted me? My green room's back there. Come on, let's go.
Good pickup line.
You just sexually assaulted me.
Time to go.
Here's the backstage. Come on. Come on. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here, buddy. We can go into more stuff if you want to bring either of new members on.
Yeah, sure, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm going to get back to it. And, yeah, it's been a pleasure. We'll do it again sometime here in the future.
For sure.
To everyone out there, whoever's listening, whoever came in to check it out, much love to you. Cheers. I hope you all are doing well out there.
Yes, sir. I'm going to close with Here and Now.
Why not? Oh, we filmed that in New York. I remember that. I think that's my guitar. That's my guitar.
Acoustic?
That's my guitar. That's right. That's my guitar. Yeah, there it is. Oh my God. I'm so glad you revisited this video, dude. Oh my God. New York, baby. I've been hungry too.
One time, one chance to get it fucking right.
I miss those Jackson solos.
Oh my God. That's so crazy, dude. I got a story for you after this.
All right.
Wow. Takes me back, dude. Wow. Wow.
To the beginning.
Yeah, yes. The first video. My first video with them. Oh shit. My first video, my first song. Oh, wow, dude. That took me back. So get this, man. I had no idea what happened to that guitar. Okay. That guitar, remember I told you earlier in this podcast, I was like, when I was 18, I bought a guitar and I taught myself how to play, you know, because I really wanted to play guitar too. So I got this guitar. All these years go by. And over the years, after all of the tours, I know I took that guitar on tour with me and I took it off of the tour bus so I could get it fixed because something broke on it. And I was like, all right, but I just never got it fixed and I totally forgot what happened to it. So flash forward to this year, okay? Like maybe 3 months ago, I'm visiting my mom back in San Clemente, back home, Orange County. And my aunt lives with her. She's also a musician. And we were just, you know, we're just off talking or whatever. And she's like, yeah, you know, Tom had these guitars and mom was just going to throw them away. I didn't know what to do with them. And I was like, I'll take one of those guitars. And I was like, oh yeah, one of Tom's guitars, he has an acoustic. It's like, yeah, but something's messed up on the thing. So I just have it in open tuning, blah, blah. I'm like, really? What's messed up on it? And she said something on the fretboard there. And I was like, can I see it? Pulls out this guitar, and that's that guitar. That guitar right there. I'm like, wait a minute. The moment that I picked up the guitar with my hand and I had it in my hand, I knew. It was just like, this is my guitar. Mom had this guitar the whole time. She's like, wait, that's your guitar? I was like, yes, this is my guitar. This is my guitar that I bought from Musician's Friend for $229.99. This is my Dean guitar. That's what it is. And I was like, I can't believe that mom had this. Where would she have it? It's like she had it in her storage or whatever, and then just brought it, thought it was Tom's, and just kept it, and then gave it to me. I was like, oh, well, I'm so glad you found it.
Right.
I can't take it back home with me right now, but I'm glad you have it. Please take care of it because this is my guitar. It wasn't really hers to give away, you know. And, you know, I could tell she was a little sour, you know, like, oh, you know, but she gets it and understands.
Right.
But now that you showed me this video, because I thought, I wonder if she thinks what she thinks about me saying this is my guitar. You know what I mean? Because it was a long time ago. I bought that guitar. Yeah. I bought it 24 years ago. And I'm like, I wonder, you know, what she thinks about it. Now that you just showed me this video,
You got proof.
and only because you just showed me this video, I haven't watched it in fucking years. I'm like, there it is. That's right. Jack used my guitar to film this video. And so now I'm now I can be like, hey, Janine.
I told you this is my guitar.
Yeah, hey, Janine, I just wanted to tell you, this is absolutely my guitar. Here's a video from Head PE 2010, and there's the guitar. That's my guitar. That's it. Boom. That was good. So thanks for sharing, man. I'm about to have some lunch. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy your
lunch.
lunch.
It's been a pleasure, dude. And to everyone out there, hope everything's going well in your life. And if it's not, don't worry. Just power through it. Things will get better.
Absolutely. Much love, brother. And I will talk to you soon.
All love, man. Y'all take care.
You too.